Okay, so welcome everybody to the October instalment of our business meeting.
Hello.
We've just had little Indy and Auntie Jodie come down and join us. So welcome, guys. I think everybody. Let's be honest here. I think everybody wants to see Indy rather than me. So here she is. Hey, Bubba.
Hello.
Hello. She's decided to become a toddler today. It's quite scary. She's like climbed the stairs for the first time, and she's like standing by herself. So it's really cool. Anyway, down to business. Join us, Indy. So we have our screen here with some writing on it. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. All right, we're just gonna have. That's really going to annoy me.
That green thing?
Yeah.
What is it?
I have no idea. I'm sorry, but that's really annoying. I'm going to have to go like this and go back to.
Tracy thinks it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, Tracy knows exactly what I'm talking about. She's like,
Oh, there you go. It's gone.
I couldn't handle that. Okay, start to. Here we go. We are in action. Right. Okay, guys. So this month's agenda. We got our first steps, and we've got the monthly wrap as usual. Wanted to just chat about some of our Alaska learnings. It was a really cool experience. Will be GoPro Skill 7, just because I'm not fully organised after coming back from holidays. I'm just going to be doing that by myself. So I didn't want to.
Show us what you got. Come on.
I didn't want to drop the bomb on anybody today. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. The 2018 convention incentive. Just purely harebrained ideas at this stage, but want to get some feedback from you guys to hear what you think. Of course, the Central Coast Essential Oil Expo. Indy's going to be presenting on that, or Mummy Twilly will be. And promos, events as usual, and questions. So without further delay, let's get into it. So our September first steps. Tracy Ford, who enrolled Tessa Paulo in September, held her first event and enrolled 3 people. Well done, Tracy and Tessa. Fantastic. I'm assuming, Tracy, and you can feel free to unmute yourself and share this, but you just shared the opportunity for Tessa to share with everybody, and she was open to sharing. Is that right?
Can you hear me?
How good's that? That is how it's done. Boom. Love your work.
Can you hear me? I'm unmuted.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
It wasn't me. It was Anita. Anita
okay.
Anita Zek. I went. She rang me on the month. Said, "Can you do an event for me on Sunday?" And went down there. And she had 10 people.
Okay, that's awesome.
I know.
Well done. And we also had Danielle Spiteri and Jill Ford. They hosted their first Cooking with Oils class. We got some beautiful pictures there with Danielle whipping up some storms, demonstrating some recipes. So that looks beautiful. Jill is a bit of a whiz with her oils and cooking. So well done, guys. Congratulations. That's really cool. And our monthly wrap for September, we had 215 enrolments in September. Still huge, is down from last month. Same with the organisational volume. Renee and I were wondering, is it because Vicky and us went on holidays? Not sure, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
looks a bit different in mine.
The momentum wasn't there, but yeah, it's a good little realisation about maybe it does make a difference us being around. So that's all cool though. Top enrollers, once again, Izzy Spears, backing it up, second month in a row, 15 enrolments. Michelle and Joe decided to switch roles there in their numbers, 8 and 9. Margie, Kylie, Tracy, Liv, Michelle, and Terry, they all got 5 enrolments. So well done to you. And we had a couple of rank advancements there to Elite. No major ones this month. Like I said, a little bit quieter this month, but that's fine. We're just all getting geared up for the US new product being released. So congratulations to those guys that are listed there. So the Diamond Line. I suppose you guys might be thinking, what is this Diamond Line about? Is this just an opportunity to go on holidays and go for a cruise and relax? Well, yes, it is. It is that, as well as learning some really cool things and rubbing shoulders with some of the doTERRA elite. So it's a really good opportunity to be alongside of these guys. So what was it? It was a collaboration of teams, mostly from Australia, but the Goddards. Have you guys heard of the Goddards at all?
Yeah, who's on there?
Anyway, not getting many facial expressions at the moment. Not sure what the internet connection is like, but the Goddards are basically the people who invented Share Success. They've recently sold Share Success to doTERRA. They are the top earners in the whole of doTERRA, even though they're not the highest rank, so they're double diamonds. And yeah, like I said, tough life. We're on a week away with these. doTERRA Elite. It was really cool. An absolute honour to be a part of. It was organised by Santoshi and Adish PL, which is Australia's newest presidential diamonds. And Vanessa and Paul Ovens were there, Tara Bliss, Alice Nichols, Hayley Weesey, PJ and Europe Auckland Hall, Erin Blott, Jackie Isles. These are some of the people that have just recently become Blue Diamonds as well. So it's really cool to hear from them and bounce some ideas off and hear how they run their business and how they got to Blue Diamond. So I thought I'd just write down a couple of key takeaways. So bias perspective. This is something that was shared by Wally Goddard, Andy's dad. And I had to say to Andy and Natalie, like, who I was thinking, who are these people? Like, they just are surrounded by such amazing support and knowledge, wisdom, even as close as their family. So he's a professional of relationships, both marital and just between just people in general. And he provided a really good perspective about always looking at things entirely from the other person's perspective. So this is an opportunity for you to drop all of your expectations, your beliefs, your philosophy, and connect with people empathetically in a situation where you might feel, frustrated, or just annoyed with this person and what they might be saying to you. Just completely remove yourself out of your shoes completely. Put yourself in their shoes. Listen empathetically, and give that a go next time. When you think about it, it's like, oh wow, this will really work, and it does. Always share the opportunity. This is just something that
All of us.
Yeah, totally. It's when we heard everybody saying, like, sharing the opportunity, it just kept on coming up from all the leaders and some of the key things that they were doing and how they were introduced to the oils. A lot of them were from Jesse's team, and she straight up from day one shared the business opportunity. She was just the no bullshit. Okay, are we going to do this or not? Or do you want to do the business?
Yeah.
I think you can be.
Trading on this.
I think you'd be a little bit more graceful on it, on sharing the business opportunity.
Yeah. It's kind of like here or here.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So you can be extreme, but hey, extreme works for some people. I don't think you should ever not share the business opportunity when you're doing your EO 101. So it's on the empowerment kit, it's on the back of the sheet, and there's a point there where it says live, share, and build. Do not skip over this point on your EO 101 classes. That's just planting the seed, just saying, you can live the products, you can use them, you can share your products and get your income subsidized or your products for free, or you could build a business like me and replace your income, duplicate your income, take it wherever you want to take it. It's just, that's it. And that's just the invitation.
I need to do that more.
Everybody needs to do this. If you're not doing this, then you're not going to get to the next level. Because sharing the opportunity and other people duplicating the opportunity is what's going to get you to your next rank, to your next paycheck, to your next goal, financially and also in your business. And just remember, these are doorways of openness as well. So you're not like, some people may be open to it straight up and be like, yes, I want to do this. I've just smelt my first oil, but I'm going to the top. That rarely happens. But just remember, it's doorways of openness, and it's your users are today are tomorrow's builders in your organization. So you're just supporting them with the oils to start with, and then just providing them doorways of openness and saying, are you happy to host a workshop? Cool. Would you like to subsidize your income? Cool. So it's progressionary in that aspect. I will move on from that. Could talk about that all day. Celebrate your downline's strengths. Oftentimes it might be easy to see people's weaknesses or flaws. We all have them, rather than applauding their strengths and your strengths. So make sure you are applauding your downline's strengths and be gentle and loving when you're also mentoring and you're reaching out and empowering them as well. So you're always being empowering and inspiring. And I love this term that was told by Natalie Goddard, and she said, just love up your team. Regardless of where they are in your organization, if it's your top line, your bottom line, not enrolled by you, enrolled by you, if you notice somebody is putting in effort or they reach out to you, then provide them with the love and support and assistance that they need. That's what's going to get you to your next rank, to your next goal. Love is the answer, pretty much in most cases, actually. Even when baby touches the camera.
You get to do it all day long,
so
it's really exhausting.
Plugging people into training and showing them where to get the answers. So this is something that was shared by Alice Nichols, and everybody does the business different. It was really good to just see how the leaders all do their dance in a different form and different manner. Alice is very business orientated in the form of, she has accountability in place. And when somebody comes to her with a question, and it might be, what's LRP? Imagine if everybody said that, and this could be somebody who's sharing or building. It's plugging them into that training and saying, look, go back to that training. And when you've done that, and when you know what LRP is, when you've read the welcome email, come back and tell me what LRP is.
Yeah.
Or showing people where to find the answers. Because if you are constantly providing all the answers and everybody's always coming to you and saying, what's LRP? What's the product of the month? Simple questions like that. A, you're enabling them. And B, you're going to wear yourself out. So make sure you have those resources and you keep plugging back into the plug into those resources. So some leaders won't talk to their team unless they've done those steps. They purely just go, no, don't talk to me.
Really? I need to chat to you about this stuff more specifically. What's a game plan interview? Why do I not know what that is?
Yep. So a game plan interview is basically just going through those first steps with people and just saying, congratulations for taking the first steps towards financial independence and embarking on this adventure.
Oh, okay.
I
did the success strategy, but I don't know what the game plan is.
Success strategy is kind of like part of the game. The game plan is just like, I've got a little, I'll show you.
Yeah. Okay.
But another big part of it is saying to people, I'm here to help, but I'm not here to build your business. Mm-hmm. My end goal is to make you completely independent of me. Yep. Do you feel that is a good achievement or a good objective to work towards? I've just got a little chat here. So, wasn't the game plan mentioned in Eric Roybook? Yes, that is correct, Tracy. Yes. We also have a template for the just to give people an idea of the questions that need to be asked, and you also need to set an objective or an assignment during that game plan interview. You can find the game plan interview template on our Google Drive and also on our website under resources. So
Have you used it much?
Yeah, every person that wants to start, game plan interview straight up. Game plan interview, success strategy. Those two. And then once you've done the game plan interview, and the 30-day mentoring program may not be the first thing that you do with everybody. It just depends. Like, you could have somebody who's hungry and just needs to go for it, and they've got heaps of time and space to do the 30-day mentoring program. And then you might have somebody who's really keen to do it. They don't have too much time and space, but they can only achieve this. So if you went out and you said, all right, I want you to do a 30-day game plan interview, the 100 names list, and we're going to host your first workshop next week. And if they're a mother of 3 with very small time, do you think that's going to be very motivating when they don't achieve those assignments or goals? Not really. So make sure it's achievable and go through those things. But so we won't be saying don't talk to us, but we will be referring people back to those resources because we want this to be a long-term sustainable thing that's works for us and works for everybody, and we encourage everybody to use these templates, formulas, training, everything that we put in place. That's why we've done it for everybody. So I'm just going to go back to this. So we'll back you if you back yourself. So I've called this meeting people where they're at and not trying to force people to do things. This has been a big lesson for me in this business and in life. Is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Support the ones that do things and come halfway. So an example of this is if somebody's struggling financially, but they really want to come to convention, they're hosting workshops, telling people, etc. You could say, look, I'd love you to come to convention. I'll pay for half of your ticket or half of your accommodation, or I'll pay for your partner, something like that. And that's an interesting thing that Natalie and Andy gotta do is they encourage and pay and support for the partner to come along because they know how powerful that is for the partner to be there typically by the lady's side during this adventure. Another example of that is I'll come along and support you for your first couple of events or workshops. If you work on your invitation methods, and this is just an example of something that they may need to work on. This could be somebody who's, I'm planning all these workshops and nobody's coming, I can't get anybody there. Then you go, right, let's have a look at your invitation methods. These are some things that you can do. You work on that and I'll come and help you and support you in your events. lead by example. This goes without saying. I'm pretty sure.
That is the problem I'm having.
Okay, well, there we go. There's something we need to work on then. So let's talk about this at the end, yeah?
Yeah, I'll mute myself again.
And we'll arrange, we'll talk about some things. All good. You can definitely help out there. So lead by example, philosophy life, make it fun as well, colourful and exciting. Don't give up on your strengths for other people's weaknesses. So I think this is pretty self-explanatory, guys, but just don't waste, as long as it's spelled waste, right? Don't waste too much of your time making up for someone else's weaknesses at the sacrifice of working smart. This is one activity that we did while we're away, is really refining those core activities that we need to do and need to focus on, and spend more time that are more effective, and be able to delegate other things that are just eating up into family time and things like that. So that's all part of working smart, and that's an activity that I plan on doing in a workshop for our leaders as well on a separate date. Harebrained idea at this stage, but I will have a date for you. So wanting freedom for others, this is part of our why, is wanting financial freedom and independence for our team. We want you guys to be abundant and get to diamond and above as well. We want you to have that financial freedom. If you don't do that, then you're going to struggle with your teams as well. So I would love you guys to duplicate that intention. And that's what we're working towards. We want you all to be diamond above and reach your goals, which may not necessarily be diamond. So if you don't want to be diamond, you're not going to be forced to be diamond. It's okay. A big part of the takeaways was, I posted this in the ShareBuild group, was investments and incentives that the Goddards and also some of the diamonds that recently became Blue Diamond, there was a panel of them. They just stood up there and they just talked about, we asked questions, they gave answers. It was really cool. So the Goddards, they opened their books, so to speak, and they revealed how much they love up their teams with incentives and support. And the figure that they threw out was 50% of their income goes towards. I'm not expecting you guys at this stage to be investing that type of amount into your teams, but it's something that you can sort of work towards, and you can sort of realize that the biggest earners in doTERRA are able to invest 50% of their income into their team, into their business, to get a huge return. It is a business. It does need investment, time and money. So one of the big things that they focus on, and I've talked about this in the past, is Eric Ward's statement of the closest thing to a silver bullet in network marketing is events. So getting people to events. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the next slide, in skill number 7. Other things that they do is matching the fast up bonus for their new business. So they might have somebody who's struggling financially. That could be a single mum, or single income, or something like that. And just offering that very small incentive. They might have their first workshop and they do a single essential collection kit, and just go, look, I can see you went to a lot of effort here. I'm going to match your fast start bonus for this event, and just help them out that way.
Do they just pay them cash? How do they?
Yeah, so just cash.
Cash in here.
Cash. So these are some of the things that Renee and I are going to be doing as incentives as well. So bonuses for hitting rank, Premier and above. So if you get like a Premier bonus equaling that, if you get if you rank as silver or gold, then providing extra incentive to hit those ranks with cash bonuses especially for legs and areas in your organisation that need a little bit of a lift. And sometimes it's money that talks, and a lot of the time it is that case. So other people shared, thanks, Jods, the incentives they ran to get them to Blue Diamond, which was quite, surprising, the lengths that they went to get to Blue Diamond. They did product hamper of products, and this is something that we do. We do product incentives, but they would just gather a handful of products. It could be products that they have around the house, limited release products that they've already got, or they can get with points, and they provide them as an incentive for a leg or for their whole organisation to work towards. You are so cute. I've got the biggest distraction in front of me. They also do an internal BOGO. So they ran these for legs that needed a lift in volume. So, for example, if I had 3 legs and I was going for platinum, and I had 2 really strong legs, but I had 1 leg that wasn't as strong and needed a little bit of a lift to get me to platinum, then I could run the BOGO just in that 1 leg and coordinate it with the leaders in that leg. And then I would be providing the free oils, and we'd be keeping track of who ordered the products during that week, so we can give them the free oils. So that's a bit of an idea. Pretty much all of them ran their own internal BOGOs to get them from Diamond to Blue Diamond. So that was really interesting. That's not something that we have done, but it's generous, and I can see how that would really help. My little realization is one of the things that is like a primary thing that I need to do, being an introvert, is I need to I have returned to investing more into myself and my daily exercise routine. And I got there eventually. I had to build my own gym, but I do daily daycare in the morning and do a workout, and it's great. I'm loving it. So GoPro Skill 7, promoting events, and just for this one I did a little bit differently this time, and what I've done is I've just done a bunch of hello gorgeous, come on, you want to come up? Alright, look at the blue light. Oh, she really liked blue light. Do you want to see you? Look, there you are there. Sorry, we're just taking a pause on business at the moment. Oh, look at everybody. Yeah. Hello. You can see why it's hard to get stuff done around here.
Hello, Wendy.
Hello.
Yay. Can you see me? Hi.
There's a couple.
Is this magic?
That's it. Good girl. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Too cute. Okay, we could do this for the next half hour.
Yeah.
And it would feel like 5 minutes. Okay. You gonna help me present, gorgeous? Rightio. So, in network marketing, meetings make money. And meetings could be in any form. I'm actually making money right now, apparently. I am making money. Yeah. Did you guys get? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
When I'm sleeping, I make money.
Yeah, absolutely. But the biggest and most powerful of all meetings is a destination event that Eric Waugh talks about. And these are in the form of conventions, retreats, and like that. So these are some of the quotes that Eric provided in this chapter. There's something magical about getting away from the day-to-day grind and focusing completely on your dreams. Having total immersion. I'd be really surprised if you guys are listening to a word that I'm saying. I think this is definitely the case as well. I might just because you can use this opportunity to refocus and recommit to your future, gather the strength necessary to go back home and do what's necessary to move forward in your business. This is one thing that I shared recently at the leadership retreat when Renee and I presented on the panel in leadership for silvers, I think it was silvers and golds, and I was just reflecting on Jeff Olson's philosophy around there's no point in just learning. It's great. Like, it's great to learn, don't get me wrong. But to make the learning worthwhile, it's very important to do the activity. So you learn, you do the activity, you put it in place. So this is one of the really great things that you get out of convention. You learn heaps, you get inspired, might hear something that it just hits home with you and you go, right, I'm going to make that change when I get home. But it's really important that you do make that change. So you can you gain strength from presentations you hear at an event. I might be saying stuff and it just doesn't go in the brain, and that's fine. I completely understand. And then Vicky could say the exact same thing, but the exact same words that I said, and people just go, oh, genius. It's amazing. And it's no fault of my own or them or anything like that. It's just purely the words, the way, the tone, the person, the situation, the time, everything that can come into play, whether or not it actually solves that moment. So hearing things in different situations from different and potentially can change your life forever. And Eric, he shared something that changed his life. And you can tell the size of the man by the size of the problem that gets him down. We can switch those around for women and women. And what he uses when he feels something that's getting him in a jam is he says to himself, is this problem bigger than you, Eric? Or something along those lines. Are you going to let this defeat you? Is this problem bigger than you? And then that's just a good reminder for him to go, okay, well, there's no point in dwelling on the problem. Let's just look for a solution. Something that was really powerful for me at my very first leadership retreat that I went to, and I love The Slight Edge. It's just such a well-rounded personal growth book. And Justin Harrison presented on The Slight Edge and a couple of other things, but he shared the concept of simple disciplines repeated over time being the key creating success, not the quantum leap or the big win, the lottery win, or signing up the Vicky Drennan or the Margie Humphreys or the Jodie Crowley that's going to just carry you to not looking for that big sign up, but as in over time, just simple disciplines in mentoring and helping just anybody can potentially lift you up to their goals. And Eric went on to share, he said, I can't think of a single significant moment in my network marketing career that didn't happen at an event. They're that powerful. So in saying that, let's just set the intention to try and get as many people to Sydney as possible. This is just
So convenient.
opportunity of
Don't
a
have to
lifetime.
That's right. It's not to be missed.
Nah. And this, look, we're pretty, we're flying. We're pretty. We've got a huge opportunity. Like in going to this Diamond Line event, there was a couple of situations where we were talking about Sydney, and then the room just goes quiet because they're all from Western Australia or Queensland. All these leaders are, none of them are from Sydney or this area. It's just this huge bowl of opportunity down in Sydney. So we really need to take advantage of that as much as possible. And from the words of Mish Pope, she said to me, "Oh, Sydney, I've heard Sydney's a real sleeping giant." It's like, yeah, just trying to bloody wake it up. So yeah, we might need a couple of nudges. We'll get that. So this is there's some harebrained ideas that Renee and I have just discussed. I don't have anything hard on paper yet, and this don't think it, take this as gospel, but we are going to be doing 2 incentives for the Sydney convention. So yes, we are already thinking about March next year because the tickets are going to go fast, accommodation is going to go fast, all the other events surrounding convention sales are going to go fast. Already some tickets have been released. One Tree, Dr. Susan Morton's going to be released soon. They've already released information about it. But we're going to have 2 incentives, one for sharers, one for builders. Sorry, one for sharers and builders, and one for users and livers. And they'll go a little bit along the lines of, paying for half your ticket or half the accommodation, similar to what I was talking to you guys about with some of the incentives that the Goddards do. For sharers and builders, it'll be achieving a certain rank. So it'll be individual for those builders. So if you are Premier and you're going for silver, then I'm going to say if you go from Premier to silver, then I'm going to pay for half your ticket, something like that. Okay. For users and livers, it'll be an incentive to host a number of events. Now this 3 is just something that Renee and I just talked about. I said 2, Renee said 3, and it's still under discussion, but I'm open to hear what you guys think as well. And we can talk a bit about that at the end, I guess. We haven't got that much longer to go, but I wanted to make it achievable.
I feel like
Should we
2's
talk about
achievable,
this?
but 3 will
Depends in
do the fine.
in what time, in what amount of time. Post 3 or more events in what time period.
I want to get this incentive out by the latest, the start of November. So it could be like 3 over that November, December, January, February.
Yeah, it's heaps of time. I do
So
3.
it's 4 months. 3.
I would if you've got.
That's less than 1 month.
Before the incentive starts, or
If you're doing 4 months and 3 events, that's less than 1 event a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want people to do 3 events per month.
no,
over the time.
yeah,
Have you,
yeah. So
like
this is
before the
purely for our
tickets
livers
go
and
up in
sharers.
price as well? Because the tickets go up in price after this month to 150, and then they go up to 200. So you're paying half of the 200 ticket or half of the 125 ticket. We can chat at the end.
Yeah, we'll discuss that. Yeah, I'm still on half in Alaska. So
Yeah, today.
that's purely that's for the reservation thing, isn't it? Or have they released tickets today?
Tickets released today, so $125 if you buy your ticket before. $125 if you buy your ticket before the end of this month. Then it goes up to $150 if you buy your ticket from the 1st of November to the end of the year. And then as of January, it goes up to $200 for a ticket. So you want to get your tickets this month. In a nutshell, you want to get your ticket before the end of October.
Yeah.
No. I looked on there today, but I haven't bought mine yet. But I will. Yeah.
Awesome. And it was the that thing that Cassie shared on our Share Build group. That was for international
was the-
convention next year. Hey,
Yes.
and I'd never seen anything like that before. Like it
I'm
didn't
really
even look
confused
legit.
because-
Like it was just
No, Global
sure.
Convention, they were made it very clear that it was only for people who went to Global Convention this year. So I don't know how others are getting their tickets because I haven't even looked at it myself.
Yeah.
Strange.
Okay. I'm not jumping in on that yet because I haven't heard anything from doTERRA officially. To just be aware of stuff like that, you know, the potential that it I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but I'm not sure it's fine. Actually, I got mine from Utah. Tracy got hers for Utah next year. I know Cassie did as well. You know, feel free to go and do it. I'm just being cautious on that until I get official word. So back to this. On accommodation. So we do plan on getting a house or accommodation in Sydney or a near convention. Official word for what Tracy says. So just official word from my account manager to say that tickets are available for international convention. That's all that I'm waiting for. But we are getting the house or accommodation near convention. I haven't booked anything yet, but we will be doing that. Feel free to go ahead and book your own accommodation if you want. There's no pressure to stay in the Big Brother house.
Big Brother.
The Big Brother. It's a spin-off on Big Brother.
Is there a child age limit?
Well, we had Indy.
Or age range?
We had Indy.
How did other people feel about a 4-week holiday? Should I book my own accommodation?
So start promoting.
Can you hear Byron anymore? No. Did it cut off?
It's just dropped out, guys. It's just come back up.
Oh, cool. Hello.
Sorry about that. I'm just bringing it back up now. Okay. So moving right along. Could you yell that to Renee for me?
Renee!
I'll tell you what, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family.
You said yell out. That's yelling.
Yeah.
Hey Reynolds, what do you want it for?
She needs to come down and talk about the
Central
Expo.
Expo, it's your part. She didn't know she was presenting.
Wow. Anyway, so sorry about this, guys. Just a little bit of confusion going on here in the ranks. But I have created or updated our flyer from last year, and you can see the list of presenters there. So really looking forward to that. Chakra balancing, energetic alignment, make over your medical cabinet, balancing hormones, balancing emotions, oils in an autistic home. Just quietly, I think that one's going to be very popular. Daily rituals and habits with Cassie Richards, digestive health with celebrity appearance from Renee Twilley, cooking and oils, of course, with Jill Ford, natural cleaning and body products with Tracy Ford, go Tracy, establishing a daily routine with Nicole Scott, the one and only aromatherapist from the Central Coast, oil experiences from a single dad with Jazz Kez, Jerry Kenley, health protocols with Diane Butler, and essential oils for pregnancy, birth, and babies, none other than Katie Sullivan, the midwife from Wyong. She's still at Wyong?
Gosford now.
She's at Gosford now. Okay. Cool, so awesome lineup there, guys. I will get this printable file available for everybody and upload it ASAP. Sorry, we're running a little bit behind on this, promoting this. We just haven't been in the country, but it's going to be there. So this that was just a little bit of husband to wife conversation. Okay, so what is it? This is I already made one of those. Cool. Thanks for that, Trace. So up to you. If you already made a flyer or want to use ours, that's fine. So what is it? It's an information pack day for everyone to come along, and everybody who has an account to bring people along. It's an opportunity to bring prospects along to an event where there's going to be heaps of other people. Just like I was talking about before with events, this is a destination event essentially where somebody may say something that you've been saying to this person for a year, but they hear it differently from somebody else in a different environment. Yeah, you can't beat that energy.
Yeah.
So what's on offer? I'll look into that, Nicole. What's on offer? 10 passionate speakers. There's more speakers than 10 this time. With various topics, there's also going to be tables as well. This year it's going to be a little bit different from last year.
Feels like last week.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Based upon feedback that we got from our survey that we put out is having the chairs in the middle and the tables on the outside. Everyone was saying it's kind of hard to hear people at the table and just a little bit chaotic.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, especially with the PA system, and the lovely Maria Scott is going to be helping us out there. Speakers on the side, just projecting across the whole room. We're going to be presenting from where we did last time, but halving it and just having chairs on that side, and then the tables at the front. So as people come in, they can walk through all the tables, look at them, and then if they want to listen to presentations, they come down to the front. So that'll be a little bit different this time. Everyone who's actively sharing or building in the team, they get free access on the day. So if you want free access, just email Renee at pureoils.com.au just to claim your free entry. Just let her know, just say, yeah, I'm coming. And if you do have a team, potentially have a couple of people and you're letting them know to say, everyone email me, Jody, Vicky, Tracy, and then send the list to Renee rather than Renee getting a million emails. So the people that I do have a table and are presenting on the day have been selected because they have extensive experience in what they're presenting on. And so don't be disheartened. Pretty much everybody who's presenting this year didn't present last year, aside from Renee and Cassie, I'm pretty sure. But there will be opportunities to contribute. So if you want to contribute in any way, some people have tables that I'm presenting, vice versa. We'd love your help, especially because I'm not going to be here for the Expo. I'm going to be in New Zealand. Yes. This is why I'm getting Maria to help me, and I was also going to ask if Scott could maybe help with technical stuff too.
Yeah, well, he'll probably be there the whole day again. So
awesome. So yeah, we're happy to get whoever is happy to help. Have us help. Help, please help us. Help me with my speech. So Jody doesn't find it amusing at all. Does anyone want to see Jody's amused face? There's Jody's amused face. So the intention for the day is for you to bring along as many prospects and existing advocates as possible. I did already say that. Please share the event on Facebook. Renee's been doing an awesome job at that. And getting everybody to share that, and thank you everybody who has shared that so far. It's really good. You're going to go in the competition to win stuff, so hey, why not just throw it out there? Once again, we're doing the early bird tickets. What are early bird tickets? Early bird tickets are for all purchases up until the day. So if you buy one online, you get one free. That's pretty much the best way for everybody. And as far as free tickets for our sharers and builders, it's for active sharers and builders as well. So people that are actually hosting workshops and doing things like that. So and the entry fee is just covering the cost of the surf club, the prizes. As you've seen, there's even more prizes this year than last year. The higher end surf club's a little bit more expensive, so I think Renee has asked for a fee for tables. I think it was around about $30, something like that. We're going to be signing people in as we did last year. No aggressive, egotistical, or competitive behaviour will be tolerated. This is purely, there's enough abundance and people to go around. Potential new members should always be asked to introduce them to doTERRA. One thing I also got from the feedback from last year is it may have been a little too over the top of finding out who introduced who. But that could have just been one or two people. It wasn't a huge thing. Wasn't the biggest piece of feedback was the sound and the separation of the tables and the speakers. But I did get a couple of pieces of feedback about just asking, have you heard of doTERRA before? Okay, who introduced you? Well, the doTERRA ethic is to go back to that person. So it doesn't have to necessarily be the first thing that you say to people, but it is something that is necessary to say, just so you're not cutting people's grass, doTERRA grass, so to speak. No grasping, no physical grasping. If there's physical grasping, then no, that's not cool.
Gosh.
It is always a new member's choice who they enroll with as well. Keep that in mind too. So even though if you are the first one to introduce them, just allow that flow to occur. It does happen. We've had it happen to us. We've had other people in the team happen to them. Don't worry, it's enough to go around. So these are the events and promotions for October. So everybody has seen the 50-50 promo. I think you guys are more onto this than me these days. Namely Tracy, on this, as soon as it comes out, bang, it's in our share build group. So thank you so much, Tracy. It's really good. Enroll anyone in October or November with any 125 PV enrollment order. So an essential collection will not qualify for this incentive.
Unless they add a coconut.
Unless they add the coconut oil, which is 125 exactly.
Is it?
Yes.
I need
Yes.
to add something. Yes.
Or roundabouts. It's just over. So that's actually a really good thing. I know Margie, all the essential collections that she does, or Home Essentials, always adds the fractionated coconut oil. We always suggest it as well. And if you place 100 PV LRP order, at least the wording was a little bit weird in this incentive. Some people were saying, what's the go? Like, do I have to place 100 PV order every time I enroll someone? No, you don't. You just need to have 100 PV LRP in place for that month that goes through, and you get 50 PV for everybody you enroll with 125 PV or more order. This is only for people who enroll in Australia through an Australian enrollment kit. We're going to have a lot of people possibly enrolling through US or ordering through US this month because we've got all those new products coming in and a very generous promo, which I've got a separate slide for in the next one. Renee's extended her rose and jasmine oil promotion incentive just until this weekend, given it was a long weekend, to provide a little bit more opportunity for people to share their protocols. That's going to be drawn this weekend. Product of the month is a peppermint touch for any LRP of 125 PV before the 15th of the month. There's also 10% off Peace as well. These are all Australia October promos, not September. Wrong words down the bottom there, Byron. So launch day training this Saturday. Done a bit of work on that, and I'll share my exciting thing that I've been putting together over the last couple of days. But what I'm introducing, and it's always evolving for launch day training. So if if you have been, it's probably totally different to what you have seen based on things that we've learned and stuff. It's going to be cut in 3 sections this time. So the very first portion of the launch day training is going to be purely about the opportunity, a little bit trimmed down, and how to earn your oils for free. So that's an opportunity for people to just come along for the morning, nothing too crazy and overwhelming, and they just come along and see how they can earn their oils for free just by referring friends and hosting workshops. And I put together this little trifold flyer here, and I'm going to make that available on the Share Build group. And basically, it just goes through 7 steps on how to earn your oils for free. So that's really good for everyone can take advantage of that. It's a template that's designed for everybody to use. I've even got a PDF form where you can put in your details on the back, name, phone number, email. So I'm excited.
It's great.
It's really cool. Thank you, Tracy. Intro to Essential Oils, running a intro class on Sunday at Janine's house from 3:30 p.m. The Emily Wright Brisbane event next week. Renee and I and Nicole Thomas and a couple of her team are all going up to Brisbane, and then I come back for a couple of days and I head over to New Zealand. And New Zealand, we've got some team in New Zealand that are screaming out for AromaTouch training. So I said I'd go over there and support them. So I'm doing AromaTouch training, a launch day training, and a get to know doTERRA presentation at Wayne's Hotel, Dunedin. And then of course we've got the Essential Oils Expo, the big one. So I promised that I'd do a separate US promo. You guys will probably see some posts similar to the image that you see on the screen right now about the new convention products that are going up in our group and also our page. And this is something that I just decided to do after talking to PJ Auckland Hall over in Alaska, and she just said, Sinduit, get it, it's awesome. So I did, I got it, and it's awesome. So Sinduit, one of the things I've realized when spending too much of my time doing is being on Facebook and doing promos and things like that and communicating. I love doing it, but I spend too much time doing that and not enough time following up and making sure people do all their wellness consults and all those things that require me to speak and interact with people, which computers can't do. So this is, it's automated, but it's also refined as well. I'm not just going to be pushing out stuff that isn't relevant and isn't speaking our language, but it's in the next few weeks, you'll see in our group and our page sharing about these new products. And this is all information that has been published by a group of graphic designers and professionals from Sinduit that we're leveraging. And it's a really good opportunity to share that content with your teams to get them excited about those new release products in the US, which perfectly aligns with the 200 PD promo in the US. So the new products, people want them, and you also get those 3 awesome oils. So I think we're going to have a lot of US orders this month. On Guard 5 mils of product of the month, and you save 10% on ginger. Those are all US promos. Once again, Central Coast, the Central Oil Expo, this is the big one for everyone to promote and bring along. We're relying on you guys, your network, your team, and the effort of everyone collectively to make an awesome day. And thank you so much for everyone who's invited and shared that so far. Renee.
Have you put the invites up yet that we can have access to?
No, literally when you arrived, that was what I was. Yeah, I finished it, but the quality wasn't there just on the printout.
Okay.
And same with this, like I just finished this today, so I'll get that up tonight on the group so people can check it out along with the flyer. And the flyer will be just 2 per A4 page, so you just down the middle, save paper, printing. And Renee, just reiterating that I'm not going to be here. Renee's your contact, your go-to person. Marky's going to be our MC for the day, MC Hammer. Break it down. And she will be catching up with people involved for a briefing before the big day. And that's it. Let's go Blue Diamond. So everybody probably knows that our goal for on or before the 31st of December, we are Blue Diamond. And it, truly, and the reason why I share this with the team is because it is a team effort. It is a collective effort. I can't do it without you guys. So that's why I'm sharing it. Let's go Blue Diamond.
Yeah, let's.
Do it. I got 2 golds sitting in front of me right now. And they're just like, well, I've done my part.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So thank you so much, everybody, for coming along this evening and join us online. I'm going to stop the recording and stop this screen share and just open up for some questions. Feel free to unmute yourself, anybody who has any questions. I've got thanks everyone. Cool. Yeah, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and same to you guys. Unmute yourself, ask some questions or share anything.
Who's there? Is there anyone else?
Yeah. So online tonight we have
Brady Bunch.
We've got the Brady Bunch. Okay, there.
Hi.
Anyone got any questions?
Unmuted questions?
I'm going to open up the question line, and we've got 2 gold leaders sitting in front of us on the couch here.
The gold panel.
The golden panel. And I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to start the question. Open up questions. These 2 about any tips that they might have for effective inviting or improving attendance rate.
Just be genuine. I think that's my big tip. Genuine. What are you doing it for? To get the most out of the oils for yourself. Well, we want to coming from the heart, which I say all the time. People want to come along because they get sense the place that you're coming.
I found that you have to invite people on multiple platforms. So doing just a Facebook event, doing just sending out invites, you have to text people, you have to get out a hard email, so that includes everyone who has oil. And they're more likely to share, which is just as, I guess, beneficial as getting someone new who enrolls with a kid. So, yeah, I guess I used to always think of it as you find a new person, no, they don't want to do the business, oh, well, kind of write them off, find the next new person. And it's always finding these new people all the time, but then it might be someone that you've had for 3 years that they finally think, oh, okay, I'm ready now, and they come to a cleaning class or something that's not so, not just the basic 101, and then they're like, yeah, I want to do this now. So working just as much on the tree that you have, as well as finding new people at the same time.
Perfect. Dirty skinny. very impressed. Let's wait till everybody comes up and then hold that for.
Okay.
There you go.
We're back online.
Oh.
It's still recording, so if you guys want to.
Even though we can't see anything. Oh, hello. Hello. What are you doing? Oh, hello. So exciting. So exciting. Hi.
Hello. How are you going?
Good.
We've had dinner, so I'm free now, Byron.
Oh, awesome.
I was
Thanks,
sitting
baby.
in here before.
Sorry,
What do you
sweetie.
want me to talk about? And I found too that when you invite people, they don't necessarily remember if you tell them once. So sending reminders is also really helpful. Or, you know, each time you run into them, if it's at work or something, being like, oh, you know, do you think you can make it to my essential oil class? And they go, oh, that's right. Because people just are so busy these days. They don't write everything in their diary straight away. But then don't be that annoying person that reminds them every single day until the event is there. It's kind of like that fine line. Sorry.
Oh, so exciting.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say how what Jodie said was fantastic, but it also highlights how everybody does it differently and how there's no right or wrong. Because for me, I am purely probably 99% Facebook. I don't hand out things. I don't very often send the text messages anymore. I'm all on Facebook. So yeah, I guess it just highlights how you go with what works for you, the people that have come to you in the different platforms. But I found that's what's worked best for me now, at the stage I'm at.
True. Yeah, we found the same thing, and we love Vanessa and Paul's invitation methods. How it says, you know, do a handwritten letter, and then and it's like a physical invite is the most powerful. And I can see how that works, but then at the same time, I do agree with Vicky. And what we find really effective is text messages. Like a lot of the
Yeah,
time,
I'm a text message queen.
Renee's a
Yeah,
text message queen. Yeah,
I like that.
she's. I'm gonna share some. We're talking about inviting people, making sure they're
Oh, oops, sorry.
or improving your attendance rate.
See that in your
for
face.
events.
That's so cute.
Do you have any tips you want to share?
Oh, mine was just about I text and text. Facebook Messenger.
That's all they do.
Till you get unfriended.
No, well, I wait until someone has a really great experience with the oils and be like, oh, Renee, guess what happened, blah, blah. And they'll be like, oh, would you be open to sharing with your friends and hosting an event? And I'll come around and let them experience oils too. And then because they're in the moment of so excited, then they always say yes. So I think that's a great time to ask. And don't ask people on a Monday if they want to come to an event. Usually Thursday, Friday's a good day because people are excited about the weekend. Whereas Monday, I remember being like, oh, I have to get up, go to work. Depending on the weather, I think too. If it's a rainy day, don't text people. I don't know. You know how, I don't know, being a girl as well, everyone's mood's like up and down. So think about that when you're asking people if they want to host an event or come to one.
You want to make sure the moons are aligned, the stars are aligned.
Yep, that's right. Full moon, daylight saving.
And both the fish. All right, thank you so much, girls present in the room. We've got lots of girls here. Even Lily, the dog. What's your tip, Lily? Don't eat a chicken in the laneway. That's what her tip is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and we invite also we hand out a lot of physical invites as well.
Yeah.
We hand out a lot of physical invites. So when people come to a workshop, we always give them another invite as well to go to. And we also advertise our events in the newsletter. But most of the time, Byron and I go and do events from other people's houses. And we do. And I haven't read a thing in my Premier Club training that I was doing. I was talking about this success and not success that I was having with home workshops, with giving out bags to people, post bags. So in the first 3 or 4 workshops that we ran in that 2-week period, no one was taking up offer. And then right before we went away on holidays, we had 3 events in just over a week, and everyone wanted to host a class and take the bags. I was like, oh, I'm just about to go away. Why is it now at the time when we're about to go overseas?
I'm sure it's in the back.
I think we've shown this before.
I haven't seen what you guys do.
The Living magazine. Sorry, I feel like I'm just a bit too relaxed here.
This is a serious business meeting.
We give them physical invites so they can hang them up on their fridge, but then I also get them to send a text message to their friends as well, showing them how to use the sample that they give them. So they have to give out a sample to all their friends before the event.
We also send a coach to host email as well, just with the expectations. Saying minimum 4 people. This is a wide orange bliss ball recipe. You can just remind friends, hand out these invites, give them some samples.
So shampoo and conditioner, deep blue rub sample, toothpaste sample, and I give them 10 samples to give out to their friends. And then say if I gave them balance and easier, then in the message I just take a picture of the Oil Life book of how to use easier and how to use, On Guard or whatever in balance, and they have to SMS that out to their friends to show them after they've given the physical invite. And I also give them the option to email their friends invites as well, depending on what they, I guess it depends on the age of the person that's hosting the event and how they like to communicate with people. And then I also put in things like roller bottles too sometimes in the bags. So I could do another just probably video on that itself. But.
That's awesome. So I think we've gone 20 minutes over, but it's been really good. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I think Indy has, because there's a blue light on my camera and she loves blue lights. Yeah.
Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Oh, why is everyone shaking their fingers all of a sudden? Twinkling their fingers. Like, this is the best part.
Look at her little teeth.
Yeah, show them their teeth.
Oh, smile.
Show us your tummy D. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in my dressing gown with nothing on. So I better not. Tried it.
Do that.
I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
I have to check my calendar.
I changed it. Sorry.
Thursday and Sunday.
I'm just going to start recording. That's going to stay on for a minute anyway. So really, everybody who's attending online and what's back there.